Hey, how's it going, guys? Garcia here with another portfolio update. So in this video, I'll talk about taking some profits on a really bloody day, as you guys well know. So today we are down to $117,955.08. So let's get to it. Let's start with the small account. Small account, we're down 7.8% today. It was a pretty red day. Here's the return in the past week. Up 14% in the past month, 32% in the past 3 months, and that is year to date and all time. So yeah, it was a pretty rough day today. Tesla earnings, they did not, people were not impressed, so the market sold off. I mean, you'll go to percent change. TSLA went down by a whopping 23% today, which is insane, you guys. It's incredible for it to be down so damn much so soon. So it's insane. Let's go over here to the Roth IRA. We're down 8.5% today. Here's the past week, up 12% in the past month, 15% in the last 3 months, and 23% year to date, and last year and all time. So today in this account, even though it was a very bloody day, in this account, we took some profits. We took profits on Snowflake. So we bought a put contract for $279 a couple days ago, 6 days ago to be exact. And today we closed it for $355, which is a 27% return in 6 days. So even though it was a very, very bloody day, we did still take some profits, so hit the like button, if you're happy for me for taking some profits on a red day. And let's see, yeah, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, please, if you feel like you're getting any, value out of it. So let's continue. Over here, today's return. And today's return. I mean, look at that. Today's biggest contributor, brought to you by TSLA. So TSLA dropped by $3.41 a share today. Look at that. We started off, yeah, $3.41. Wow. So I mean, look at that. Just in the past week, it was just in the $14 range, and now we're in the $10 range. So yeah, $1,900 just on TSLA. But the covered calls did help out today a lot. Now, the reason you don't see like such a big return on this call is because these were rolled. I actually rolled up in time, so to get out of these covered calls sooner. So what I had were $12 covered calls. Where are they at? Right here. So I had $12 covered calls. Where are they? Did it go through? Or oh, I think this is a manual. I did a manual roll on this one. I'll show you in the other account. It's a lot quicker that way. Yeah. So here, I bought to close the $12 calls expiring on August 16th for 50. How much did I pay? I paid 53 cents. And I received 68 cents per contract to open up these 1050s expiring in next week. And the reason I did that is because I feel that Tesla is going to be very muted, pretty bearish over the next couple of days, allowing me to get out of these covered calls once and for all. And now just kind of accumulate shares in this range instead of worrying about these covered calls potentially getting blown out of the water again. And I'm just going to be more picky of when I actually start selling these covered calls. I'm going to be using, RSI. I'm going to be using more technical analysis to decide when to start selling these covered calls, especially because TSLA itself pays a dividend. So if you guys didn't know, TSLA does pay a dividend. I'm not sure if it shows up here. Yeah, look at that. Not now. So for holding 200 shares, I received 8 cents a share as a dividend. So I received a payment of $16. And this dividend is every 3 months. And it does go up and down depending on the volatility and where the stock is at. I'm not sure the exact amount, but it hovers between 8 and 12 cents from what I've seen. So I think just for getting paid to have these shares, 16 bucks is nice. So I don't want to be selling, covered calls at this range. I would rather just be accumulating shares and possibly just sell very conservative covered calls and then wait for overbought levels to then get a little bit more aggressive on these covered calls. All right. And in the big account, which is now becoming a medium account again, we're down, look at that, 11 grand on this account. We're down 10.3% today, guys. So leverage, with NVDL, and it works great on the way up, and it also cuts on the way back down. So the key for me has been to not let these types of days shake me off and just continue on, really just shrug her off as a, you're going to get these days in the market. As long as I'm not selling and taking a loss now, it's not going to be a technical loss. Yes, it was a down day, but as long as I'm not cashing out today, it's not really going to be a realized loss. So today we're down 10.3%, down 7.9 in the last week, up 8.6 in the last month, 28.5 in the last 3 months, 36% year to date, 13.6% in the past year, and 7.5% all time. So the goal now will be to stay in the green, to try to stay up in the positive all time, and hopefully we can make it happen. We have these NVIDIA puts that we added more contracts today. So we went up to 9 contracts, and even now we're currently down 51% on this. And it's insane how quickly some of these plays can turn around. So I had received a credit of $3.56. I closed out of the contract yesterday. I mean, it's hindsight is always 2020. So just kind of looking back on the play, I was up 50% on this contract, a little bit above 50%. And I personally decided to just stay with the trade because I didn't really see where else I would be selling cash secured puts at these levels. With Palantir, I don't feel comfortable selling cash secured puts in the high 20s. I would rather wait for 25 or less. So out of the 3 stocks, Palantir, NVIDIA, and Tesla, NVIDIA was the only one that I saw that I felt comfortable selling the puts on. But today, that has changed. Today, now, Tesla seems more of a better candidate because now Tesla has made such a huge move down. So on my watch list for my options, I have been looking at long dated puts for TSLA. If you guys saw I was on TJ's channel yesterday, and we were talking about the backstop trade, which is a very long dated cash secured put, where you would receive a good amount of premium up front for the agreement to lock in your money over a longer period of time, with the idea to make it an easy trade, get a 30-40% return on your money, and you're going to be getting a larger cash injection into the account. So I have these. Let's see the ones that today. Yeah, so for example, this one here, if we were to, and I don't know the bid ask. Okay, it's pretty tight. So let's say, for example, let's just say it's on the lower range, 227. If I were to do 10 contracts, I would be tying up $6,730 because that's 10 times 673, or 100 shares basically. So 100 shares at 673 times 10, so that's 1,000 shares. Tying up for about a year and a half, and this will be not a year and a half, 1 year, year and a half, and I would be receiving $2,200 for that. So the plan here would be to do it when I have a feeling that Tesla is bottoming. So yes, it is in a way, for me personally, I would be kind of trying to time it a little bit, where I'm going to want to wait until we see a little bit of pain on TSLA to really start deciding when to do it. And here, in the past week, in the past year, so if you look here on the RSI, whenever it bottomed on these 2 dates here, RSI was below the 30s. And right now we're still at 43, guys. So we're still pretty dang high on the RSI. So I personally don't feel comfortable selling the puts even yet. I'm going to wait a couple more days, couple more weeks. And if we see the $7, $8 range on TSLA, I think that's when I would start selling a couple here and there, and I would slowly build up the position on this. And I would probably have it just be 25% of the account as far as the margin available, and then the rest be shorter dated cash secured puts on NVDA, Palantir, even TSLA as well in the short term, and then use that money. And I would personally keep it, and I would probably start buying a little bit of TSLA as well in this account, and then start nibbling on, Palantir, NVIDIA, or NVDL, and TSLA on this account little by little, and just build it into, a Palantir portfolio with, I think they call it like a satellite portfolio, where you have your main position with satellites, meaning smaller positions of other companies going around it. So for me, Palantir would be the sun, and then you have NVIDIA and Tesla as, moons going, as planets going around that. So smaller positions, but that's kind of the direction that I think I would take the portfolio. Okay, so with that, let's go to what's going on Twitter, guys. And yeah, you guys, as you'll see, I'll share the portfolio on red days, on green days. It doesn't matter, guys. So I'm definitely one where I'm not afraid to be transparent. I have been transparent, and I think I'm just going to continue doing so. I think the fear of showing the portfolio on very red days has kind of left me, because I did feel nervous in the past, feeling the fear of being insulted or feeling embarrassed, for sharing this. But hey, it just comes with the territory of sharing the portfolio. So today, checking the pre-market, it was already ready, guys. So just gotta walk in and just gotta take it. And here I bought the dip on Palantir. I bought 25 shares in the big account and 10 shares in the retirement account. And here I had some code that Chad actually helped me out with. So I actually wrote a very basic code a few months ago, and I asked Chad to help me out, and he helped me. So he is a forward deployed architect at Palantir Tech. Hey, thank you, Chad, for helping me out with this. It was a terrible code, and now you have made it so much better. So if Palantir is below $28 and cash is at or above $1,000, then I will buy the stock, ticker Palantir, and I would post a Robinhood screenshot, post a meme as well using magic, or else I would just post a meme as a shit post. So that is the code that I basically follow now. All right. And here, 6 days ago when I actually opened the put, I was up a whole $4. So now I locked in the gain, and it was maybe around $100 that I made on that. And here with CrowdStrike, guys, after the fumble that they did and all the computers got locked out, what did they do? They sent an email to all of the customers saying, hey, here's $10 for a coffee on us. Sorry for the lockout. Sorry for the whole meltdown. And so I posted, corporate lawyers sipping on their coffee bought with CrowdStrike's $10 Uber Eats gift card while preparing lawsuits. So, honestly, they were better off not even sending that. This looks like a bottom on Palantir. It kind of looks like one. So I think that's the bottom. And yeah, I really didn't share much today, guys. Just for those who don't know, here, check out my pinned comment on my page. I have my personal Palantir thesis. And if you guys are curious, you guys can read the thread in your own time. And with that, I will kind of finish the video with the shoutouts. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, for commenting, liking, subscribing, and I will see you guys tomorrow.